So this is the EC3 wireless or the EC3-CW from Zowie, and I gotta say this is one of the best small ergo mice that you can find on the market. Starting off with the actual specs of the mouse, as this is the most controversial part of the mouse. Starting off with the weight of the mouse, it does come in at 76 grams. It goes up to 1000 Hz with the polling rate, and it does have a 3370 sensor. And the switches, of course, are going to be the classic Quantum switches that Zowie just loves to use. Like I said, the specs are going to be the controversial part of the mouse. For example, the sensor does use a 3370, which is a older sensor when compared to today's standards like the 3395. But by no means are you going to notice a difference from a 3370 and a 3395. Another thing is going to be the weight. Like I said, it is 76 grams for the EC3. But to me, that's actually a perfect weight for a mouse like this, especially if I'm using a glass pad or just a faster type of surface. With that additional weight, you're also getting a pretty decent battery. With my testing, I got about a week and a couple days of actual battery use, and then you can just conveniently charge it with the dock or the actual dongle that they provide in the box. The mouse also does feature USB-C, so if you're not using the standalone dongle, you can just plug it in for an even faster charge than what the dongle actually gives you. As for the performance of this mouse, like I said, it does feature the 3370 sensor, and when comparing that to a newer mouse with a 3395 sensor, it's going to be almost impossible to tell the difference between those two just because of how well Zowie implements their sensors. The dongle that they include in the box is supposed to give you a longer wireless length, so you can probably just walk around your house with the mouse if you really wanted to, but most of us are just going to have the dongle just sitting in front of the mouse where it belongs. It's also supposed to block other RF signals from interfering with the mouse and the dongle, so if that is true, then that's going to be pretty good, especially if you do have your dongle right next to your Wi-Fi router. As expected from a product from Zowie, the quality is going to be top notch, no creaking or flexing at all on my unit. As for the clicks, I have no pre-travel on both my mouse 1 and mouse 2 on my unit. As for the post-travel, there is going to be a fair bit just depending on where you click it. As for the side buttons, these are probably one of the best side buttons I have used. Pretty much no post or pre-travel at all. As for the shape, this is going to be a small ergo mouse. So if you are using a def adder and just think it is a bit too big, this might be the best choice for you. The EC3 is going to be best suited for a claw grip in my own opinion. You could palm grip the mouse, especially if you have super small hands, that could be possible, but for me, claw grip was the best type of grip for this mouse. When comparing the EC3 against the def adder V3 Pro, the height of the mice are going to be about the same, but what you really feel is how slim the mouse actually feels in your hand. So it's just going to be perfect for a smaller type of hand. So do I recommend this mouse? And I'm going to say yes for a certain amount of people. If you are looking for a heavier, small ergo mouse, then this is probably the only thing on the market. Or if you are someone that is transitioning from the wired version up to the EC3 wireless, then this is just going to be a great mouse, especially if you don't care about the actual specs of the mouse. You just want something that you can pick up and buy and just start performing the same way you did on your wired version. So to sum it up, if you want a small ergo mouse that is top notch in quality, is top notch in performance, and you don't really care about the weight or the specs of the mouse, then this is going to be the mouse for you.